Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. No, we're not really reviewing a boxing match, but I thought it'd be a little fun to switch it up. So, we're here to actually check out Chinchilla. As you may have noticed by the yellow, which Apollo had mentioned as being a great color for her, and did not know her name was Daisy, but appropriate. And so, here we are with Chinchilla and Fingers. Now, I was told that it was between the live version and the studio version, and that both of them were fantastic, but I settled on the live. So here we are with the live version. I'm super excited. I've already seen her live well, I feel like that was pretty much live basically when she was with Ren doing chalk outlines, and then again, How to Be Me. Her voice is phenomenal, but again, she has the same characteristics of Ren where she kind of personifies the music. So, and we're here to just check her out because this is going to be awesome. So many of you were so excited, so thank you guys for the recommendations. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Love you all. Hope you have an amazing week. Let's go. Before we do get started, I tried to make the lights yellow, and this is about as yellow as they get. They pretty much look like normal lights. I may need a new light bulb. Who knows? And you can kind of see like the shininess on my head. I didn't realize it was so shiny. Like, it's kind of distracting me. I hope it doesn't distract you as much. But now that I drew your attention to it, why don't we get started, shall we?
Probably saw me let go. Panicked and you said hello. Swallowing the words you say. You know I'm not okay. But let me tell I went cold. Now you're coming back for more. You know me, you know I'll cave, but scars will never fade. So me.
Oh, man. Okay. We are off to a heavy start. We kind of touched on this in Tales, but man, this is the cycle of like abuse, right? That people experience in a relationship that ends up being toxic, that ends up being bad for you, but at the time, like it feels like that relationship means so much. Usually this is a relationship that's had longevity to it, where you've been there for so long and you have this sunken cost fallacy of, you know, I've been here for so long, I can't possibly let go now. What about all that wasted time? Because she starts off with like, you probably saw me start to let go, and that's what made you say hello. And that's usually how it goes, right? Like as you start to show signs of, okay, maybe I need to back away from this relationship, maybe it's not working, maybe I need to move on. That's when that person that you're with, that toxic individual, starts to be like, wait, you can't leave me. What are you doing? That's not how this is supposed to work, right? And she says, swallowing the words you say, and you know I'm not okay. And that's so true, right? Like that's when it happens. You start to swallow the things that you say because you try to be all nice and kind as this person looks like they're kind of walking away from you. And that's when you swallow the words that you say and you won't say the things that you usually say. And so you say all these beautiful niceties instead to hopefully cause them to stay. But it's that vicious cycle, right? One of the lines I really like too, she just said, played me till I ran cold, right? Because you ultimately feel like you start to lose yourself. You become like a cold, dark, isolated version of yourself. A lot of people kind of isolate themselves away from everyone else when they experience these relationships or like just interactions with people who are toxic in that sense. And then they end up becoming kind of like a shell of their former selves. And people always say like, oh man, you're acting different. Is everything okay? And the person in this situation, the victim, is always like, yeah, no, I'm fine, you know? And my God, like it sucks because you feel like you have nowhere you can go, while also you feel like you owe a debt to this person who you spent so much time to. And it's these feelings that mount up and actually conflict you from leaving this situation, which you absolutely need to, because you shouldn't stick around in that situation. It doesn't end well for either party, right? Because even the person who is the abusive individual in the relationship, well, they don't realize, not necessarily, not that they don't realize, but that they will never change the way that they act if you never step away from them, because they may never take an introspective look, because to them, that's also normal, right? To them, it's okay to treat you like that because you haven't left. So why should they change the way that they are if you seem to be okay with it? God damn. Oh my God. And then on top of that, the way that she's singing this, her voice is so quiet but it's so strong at the same time. It's almost like you can feel the pain that she's going through just in the way that she's singing this. And the piano is like this somber, slow, just like almost rhythmic, slow heartbeats of music that are kind of carrying the tune. God damn, this whole thing, it just out the gate is amazing. But also, shout out to the fire uh, eyeliner. Sorry, I don't know why I slipped. But then also her hat, she makes me almost feel like I just love her style. I really love her style a lot. And then the nails are just so cool. Oh man, curious why it's called fingers, but I always love looking at her nails because her nails are always really nice. Okay, let's go back a bit. This is insane. Okay.
But scars will never fade, so meet me to a clock the same as always, favorite spot. And one by one I'll cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. One by one, I'll box them up, scream murder. No, you can never hurt no one. So tell.
Whoa. The way that she's singing this is just awesome. One thing that I noticed is she looked right at us, and that's when she started to change kind of the perspective she had. A second ago, we were talking about the way that we feel hurt, and now we're in this like kill mode Chinchilla, and she looks right at us. That was almost jarring, but also the way that the tune switched. She was kind of at the start. It was this like slow, rhythmic, kind of stable movement through this pace, and all of a sudden it turned one by one. It almost sounds like you're starting to become unhinged, right? It's a lot. It reminded me a lot of like when Ren goes into like his screech mode or like his dark side mode. It reminded me a lot of that. And it is that same vibe where it's almost like now you're getting cutthroat because now like shit's hit the fan. You finally decide to step away from this person, but it's in a very, it's not even step away actually. It's actually address this individual and take him to church. And that's what she's saying here, right? She says, meet me in our favorite spot. It's where we always go, right? Let's meet there. Except the person you're going to meet isn't the same person that you know, because I've decided I want to change my life. I want things to be better. So what am I going to do? One by one, I'm going to cut your fingers off so you can't pull me down. What a fantastic delivery of that, but also the lyrics, because if you think about that, it could be metaphoric or like it could be literal, right? Because some people, you push them too far and yeah, they're going to hit back hard. And so she could literally cut your fingers off, or she could metaphorically cut your fingers off, and those fingers are what's had a hold on her this whole time, right? What's kept her back, what's held her back from being who she wants to be, her full potential, her true self, because she became this cold shell being around this person who drained her. God damn. And I love that she says, like, she'll put them in a box and then scream murder, right? Because that, even that, there's a dichotomy to that, because it could mean that, like, scream murder, like, she's murdering you because she's screaming murder, like, finally I'm doing what I want to do. I'm getting rid of this person in my life. I'm killing them metaphorically out of my life. But on top of that, it could be saying that they are the murderer and they are the ones that did the murder because they're the ones that killed a part of you for so long, and that's what you're experiencing. And I think that's more the one that she's leaning into, because she says now you can never hurt no one. And so ultimately what we're seeing here is her saying, I'm going to make it so that you can never hurt anyone else by removing your ability to put this grip on people's necks and kind of strangle the life out of them. Oh man. And even the piano, now it's got more of a, like, I don't want to say charisma, but like it's, you can definitely see it's picked up its pace as well to almost match her energy. Oh man, I don't know who's playing the piano, but they're doing a solid job.
No one. So tell me where you're gone, and tell me, is the fun gone? Whoa, maybe I should shed a tear, 'cause this was me last year.
Yeah.
So meet me late at night where no one hears us. I won't bite, and one
Oh my god, I won't bite because she's not gonna bite. She's not biting anything. She's gonna take your fingers off, right? But on top of that, the cool thing about this is the way that she's kind of singing this, it almost sounds like if you didn't know what she was about to say in this chorus, it almost sounds like she's actually inviting them to enjoy time together, right? She's saying, "Yeah, meet me late at night where no one can hear us," right? And that almost sounds seductive, but it's not meant to be seductive. It's meant to be very, very much aggressive and very much almost like a reclaiming of herself. But on top of that, she says, "So where's your gun gone?" Now that she's kind of stepping up for herself, this is often what happens. The aggressor, because you're stepping up for yourself, all of a sudden they change their personality too because like, wait, you're not being docile anymore. You're not being a victim. You're actually standing up for yourself. You can't do that. I don't even know how to react in this situation. And that's what we see happening here. And it's what we were just talking about. She says that maybe I should shed a tear because this was me last year. And she's not saying maybe I should shed a tear for you, for this person suffering. She's saying for herself, maybe she should shed a tear in this situation for herself because she's finally getting to break out of that mode that she was stuck in and put the person that's been basically destroying her life in the same place that she used to be. And it's almost like a tear of relief, right? And maybe there is a tear that is related to how much you value the relationship, but even that in and of itself is a little bit of that toxicity because you shouldn't be sad about that. If you're leaving that person behind, someone that does that kind of like aggression or hurtfulness, whatever, that's only positive. So anyone that's in that kind of relationship, just step away from it. As hard as it seems, as difficult as it seems, because you need to step away from it from your own health and just for the sake of saving kind of your sanity, please. Ah, man. Okay, this is so solid. And I just love how she's very much like Ren, where they're both performers. She embodies the message, right? She kind of changes the tone of her singing depending on which side of her we're seeing, and even how much she looks in the camera, how much her hands move, the way her neck is kind of moving, like almost like crack, right? Like that almost even reminds me of a puppet because that's how she's probably felt for so long, right? Like just a puppet of this individual. Oh shoot.
Don't bite, and one by one I'll cut your fingers clean off.
Woo!
So you can never pull me down.
Oh my god, look at her eyes. Oh my, she's so good. She even looks like you can never. Oh, and it just gives that stare of like, I'm done. Oh my god, Chinchilla. The killer.
So you can never pull me down.
Oh.
One by one, I'll box them up, scream murder. So you can never hurt no one. Hell have no fury like a man's and I'm gonna win by one eye. So keep them close to you. Ay. Put your keys in your knuckles like I have to. Ay.
Yo. There, I was gonna pause to talk about so much, but holy shoot, that she went in on that last whole section. We're gonna go back to dissect that, but just the sheer power, and then we saw like a switch up again in personality right towards the end. I'm gonna talk about them kind of as we go back to watch, but what a powerful performance. One thing I do want to talk about right at the end there that I really I'm really glad that she included. She says, "So keep your keys in your knuckles," because that's what I have to do, and it's sad that that's something that many women are familiar with, right? And not just necessarily exclusively women. There's also men out there that have this too, but predominantly women, right? Where if you're like walking, let's say at night, to like your car in the parking garage, you don't feel necessarily safe enough to do so without having your keys in your knuckles because you're afraid that someone might hurt you or assault you, right? And that's what she's saying here. Now it's your turn to do that. But think about the message of that. That's the feeling you experience when you don't know what's out there. But she's saying that she's been experiencing that around this person that's caused her so much suffering, that when they're around, when she's with them, she's had the feeling that she's been unsafe the whole time. And so she's had her friggin' keys in her knuckles. And now she's saying it's your turn to suffer the consequences. God damn, what a delivery. We're going back to go over it again because, oh, that was so good. And when she I'll save it for when we get there. But oh man, I think it was at like 2. Okay, we'll go from here.
One by one, I'll box them up, scream murder, so you can never hurt no one.
Wow. So just amazing, obviously vocally, but something that's super cool stylistically is this is that moment where she's finally standing up for herself. She's just bringing it her all to just shut this person down, make sure they don't do this shit again. And this is why we see this crazy rise in almost energy, but also just the way that she's performing, the way her hands are moving. She starts to kind of bring her body up because she starts kind of singing down here, but then finishes up here like she's singing to the heavens, like she's almost finally been freed. Wow, just the delivery of that is so goddamn solid. Oh my god. Oh, you hear that growl though? The growl. Oh my god, that I love stuff like that. It's like when Ren does like Adams where he goes right, like that stuff. You just hear that growl, that rasp. You feel that's pure passion. That's raw, just energy that we're hearing, and she just delivers that punch. Oh my god.
Cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down.
There's that energy. In that whole section too, she almost felt like Harley Quinn, you know, like just like this is what I was saying, like at the start, it's almost like you're unhinging yourself finally from this person, and then you're also feeling unhinged because you're like, I can't believe I let you get away with this shit for so long, right? I was not myself. I was under your thumb for so long and I was okay with it. Nah, I cannot believe it got there. This is it. I'm done with you. And that's the energy that she's just delivering on this performance. Oh my god.
So you can never hurt no one. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep.
Yeah.
Cause karma's coming back for you, and she's in the shape of me. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep. Cause karma's coming
bar too, like I wouldn't want to fall asleep. Because karma's coming back for you, and she looks like me because I am the karma. All of that negative that you put towards me, well, I'm karma here to pay comeuppance. Here are your consequences, and that's what she's delivering right here with the performance, with the sheer power of her voice, but then also with the actual like just style of the way that she's delivering this. All of it is just this perfect box of all of the emotion and the agony and the experience that someone goes through when they're in a relationship like this. Man, whoever inspired this song, you are probably terrified, and quite honestly, you probably deserve it to some extent. But honestly, anyone out there that is experiencing this, please do not let yourself fall into that trap of thinking that you need to be in that trap, because you don't need to be there. Move on with your life, move on to bigger and better things. Your life should not feel like suffering. That's not what life is supposed to be about. Life is an experience that's supposed to be powerful. And yes, of course, there will be bad moments, but when the bad moment goes for a long time, like well over a year for some people like that are in this situation, time to move on. That is not a situation you belong in. Holy shit, man. Oh.
And I'm gonna
Oh.
so keep them close to you.
Even the way the keys are like ding, 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 ding. It really like this has such Harley Quinn vibes right now, and I'm loving it because it's like, yeah, she's even in that way delivering the idea that this experience has driven her literally mad, right? Because that's kind of the way that Harley Quinn is, that she's kind of like crazy towards the end, right? But this is like a crazy that's required in this kind of situation where you need to just full send on getting this person out of your life. And I love the way she's just bouncing up and down the pitches with so much ease. Oh, so good.
So keep them close to you.
Yeah.
Put your keys in your knuckles like I have to.
Oh, and then that look into our eyes at the end, like she's looking at that person who deserves everything that's coming to them. And also, like, keep your fingers close to you because it's on multiple levels. One, don't come near me. I don't want you near me anymore because of all the shit that you put me through. But also, like, the fingers, because she's like, if they do come near me, I'll cut them off. I'll do it, right? I'll put them into that box. I'll scream murder. Chinchilla. The vocal killer. Oh my god, that was so solid. And the messaging is so perfect. In a time where people feel like they're just getting what they deserve in situations like this, that is not at all the case. Please, 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 if you are in a situation, if you are in a relationship or a friendship or just any kind of interaction with someone who is causing you to feel hurt more than they're causing your life to be benefited from, like, not that every interaction you'll have with everyone is positive, but when the majority of interactions you have with someone are negative, even if they're not intentionally doing it, you need to step away. Your life will improve if you step away. You don't need to be in that situation as much as sometimes it feels like you have to stay there. Like we were talking about the sunken cost fallacy, even when it's been a long time. Say it's been 20 years with this person. If it's gotten to the point where every day when you're with that person, you're on edge, you feel uncomfortable, you feel scared, and you feel like you're not happy, it means you need to move on. And please do it for your safety, for your happiness, for just your life, for your own personal life. Like, you need to move on. I hope that if there's anyone out there right now that's listening to this, please just, you don't need to take that. Oh man, this song got me. You guys were right. You guys said you need to listen to Fingers. You need to check out the live version. You need to, honestly, like 100% of the time, you guys are awesome, and you're right. And I'm so thankful to have watched this, but also for you guys who have told me to watch this. Thank you so much, because what an experience. And Chinchilla, damn girl, like that was something else. That was so solid, and I just love the energy that you brought to this performance. Amazing. Amazing. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. I know I get kind of rambly towards the end, but it's like all that energy she just delivered. I felt that. That was like right in here, right in there. Oh man. Whew. Okay. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and oh man, I hope you're all having an amazing time in your life. And if you're not, you need to get away from those things that are making it worse, right? I hope your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all. I'll see you on the next one.